everybody. Welcome to my floss tube number 10. My name is Trish and I am Stitcher Trish, and welcome to Stitcher Trish with her nerdy husband Steven. Woo! Steven is the guy behind the camera and my producer and video editor, and most importantly my wonderful husband. So welcome to episode number 10. It's been about 6 months since we had time to sit down and do a floss tube. If you're just scrolling through YouTube and you've happened across this floss tube thing, the floss tube is a group of like-minded stitching folk who do cross stitch and embroidery and things like that, and we call it floss tube. So welcome to our floss tube. We're going to kind of get you caught up on what we've been up to for the last little bit and why it's taken us so long to get back to producing and putting together a floss tube for you. Just as a way of introduction, Steve and I live in Central North Carolina. We are both high school teachers. I am a high school band director, and he works with the exceptional children at our high school. It's been a little busy because 2021 brought us back into real schedules and real fall. We had marching band, and we did marching band the way that we had always done it. Competing football games. We have a very good football team, so we go to all the games, home and away. So it's been a little busy. The 60-plus hour work weeks take a toll on your ability to sit down and do some recording. So we had some time off this weekend for the first time since August. So we decided to put together a video and say hello to everybody and get caught back up on what's been going on stitchy-wise at our house, which hasn't been a whole lot of stuff. But over 6 months accumulation, it turned out to be quite a few things once I got it all stacked up and ready to go. So welcome. Thank you for joining me and spending a little bit of time with both of us for the next few minutes. First of all, I want to show you something I'm really, really proud of. This is a fully finished object in our community. We call it an FFO. The last time I showed you this, I was about a page and a half from being finished. Well, since then, I've finished this piece and gotten it framed at our local framing shop. This is called Dragons of Sumatra. It is by Ink Circles. I did this on a 40 count piece of linen from a dyer that is no longer in business called Handdyedhappiness, and she titled this Keepsake is the type of dye that she used. I used Silks for You PR 126. It's a variegated floss, and I'm very proud of this and finished, and Steven of course picked out the frame because that's what he's good at. So we have this hanging on our wall downstairs in our living room / dining room. So I guess it took me about 14 months to do this all in told. So very, very proud of this one. Dragons of Sumatra. The next thing I want to show you are a couple of whips, which is works in progress that I have going. One that I've done a really good job keeping up with things. This is Temperature Library. It's the 2021 Temperature Library from Dr. Kristy at Kristi's Corner Needlework, and I will link all of her information below. This is her 2021 version. She has a 2022 version out, and she's also got one that's all these different drink glasses out for the next year if you are interested in doing a temperature library. But I've basically caught up. I ran out of fiber for my bookshelf, but this is November, so you can see we're finally having a few cooler temperatures and we're heading back to these colors. But this has been a lot of fun to keep up with. The empty spaces are for little objects that she calls knickknacks. She created an expansion pack to go with this of all these different knickknacks. So down here is where my dragon's going to go because every good bookshelf has to have a dragon. The ones in our home do anyway. I'm certain yours at your house have dragons as well. But this has been a lot of fun. And this is done with DMC, and it's a 14 count Aida that I just pulled out of stash. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like when it's all finished. So that's my first work in progress. The next one I want to show you is Templar Prophecy. From Long Dog Samplers. I finished up this section here, which is basically page 3. There are 2 more pages to finish off the top, and then there's 5 pages here and 5 pages here, so I have quite a ways to go on this. But this is also done on an Aida. It's more of a, it's not oatmeal, but it's a different shade of Aida, and it's also a 16 count. I'm doing this with Black Silks for You, and I do not remember the PR number, and I can't find it anywhere. But I'm doing it 2 strands of silk over 1 Aida box. But this one, page 3 was a little tedious for me because it was filling in a lot of this. It was kind of a slog. So I was glad when I got it done, and then I folded it up and put it back in the bag because I needed a break from all the black stitching. But it's coming along nicely. I think it's going to be really cool when I get it done. It'll be very much like a pen and ink drawing. So those are 2 of the whips that I've been working on, and I have a third one. Mirabillia's Snow Queen. And I have a good bit of the dress done. So this is the harness that she hooks to the reindeer, or that is on the reindeer. And then the dress is, I've worked primarily right here the last few days. I got caught up on my temperature library and then switched over to this one. And this is done on a 32 count Bee Stitch Me opalescent Frost is the name of this, and I'm using all the called for flosses, which are primarily DMC. It's everything is listed on the Mirabillia, a couple of Glorianas, but mostly DMC. So again, this is a lot of fun to work on. I'm enjoying the dress, and I've kind of finished up enough, and then I'm going to move over and work on the reindeer a little bit. So those are all of my works in progress that I've had time to work on the last few months. Not a huge amount of stitching time, just a little bit here and there, just enough to de-stress, because that's what I use my stitching for, is a time to de-stress. Next I want to show you some of the wonderful goodies that I've gotten in the mail over the last few months. A lot of floss tubers have been showing these, and these are floss winders. I've got the 18-inch and then the 9-inch. I like to use the 18 when I'm doing things that'll end up being 2 strands of floss, and then I can use the loop method to start, and then I use the 9-inch for things that I'm going to use a single strand for. But these work great for winding your floss. And then I also ordered a clapper, and these are all made by R&R Woodworks KY for Kentucky. They have a website and an Instagram page. Wonderful, wonderful folks. Super, super nice. This, cross stitchers may not know what a clapper is, but this helps when you're ironing and you're trying to set really nice edges and folds with your sewing and your quilting and that sort of stuff. But these I have loved and enjoyed. I've used these a lot. The clapper not so much, because who's had time to sew? And then a few other objects that have come in the mail. I belong to the Fabric of the Month Club for Fortnite Fabrics, and they have several different clubs, and I have joined the Shades of Gray Club, and I have several to show you just to get caught back up. This is the June one. You'll see all the different variations in colors. This is June, called Pick Me, Choose Me. And then the July one, which has a lot of purple overtones to it. This one's called We Aim to Please. And then this one, I love. This is probably my favorite of the last few months. It is very, very gray, darker. It's called Phoenix Rising. And then this is the September one, called I Try. It's quite light, but great variegation in it. And then the October one was Shall Not Pass. And there's, again, a little bit of purple overtone in this one that you can see. So, again, wonderful fabrics from the guys at Fortnite. All of mine are 40 counts, because that's what I tend to enjoy working on. And then I also belong to the Bee Stitch Me Silk of the Month Club. And this is, I'm not going to name all of these flosses, because there's, 5 months worth here. But they had each of the packs, she kind of names the months. So June was at the coffee house, and there's all these great mocha kind of colors in there. They're fantastic. July was Green with Envy, and these greens are also quite fantastic. August was Garden Party, and they're just lots of different pretty colors in there. October was At the Pumpkin Patch, obviously. And then that was September. And then October, this one is called Nova, and there are lots and lots of purples and things in there. just beautiful silks, and you never know what you're going to get from month to month. And at some point I have got to get into my silk of the months and start using them and converting some charts over into colors that I have in stash, because that's kind of the point. So that's pretty much all the goodies that I have purchased. I have a few things on haul now that I've had time to relax a little bit and think, and I was scrolling through some websites and ordered some stash yesterday actually. My plans upcoming are to keep working on Snow Queen for the immediate future and keep my temperature library caught up. And then I want to start a new start. One of the things about being a band director is once we get out of marching season and into concert season, we have these honor band opportunities. So we've got an honor band coming up this week, and I need something to sit and stitch on while I watch rehearsals. So I'm going to start strutting Tom, because we're the week before Thanksgiving, and what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm also a November turkey baby. I was born the day before Thanksgiving, and my birthday's the day before Thanksgiving this year. So I'm going to do strutting Tom as my celebration of my birthday for this year.
Was that a hint for how to remember your
Perhaps. Might have been. Take that forever, however you wish.
I remember your birthday.
Not a problem. So he would never forget my birthday.
It's a month before mine.
Yes, exactly. That's how he remembers it. Stephen and I also have an Etsy shop. It's called Foreverusneedleraft, and honestly, we have not put anything new in there in a few months because we just have not had time because of school. But things are slowing down, and we hope to get back in. I hope to get back in the sewing room and get some things done and some new fabric cut up and turned into some bags. So if you have time, check it out. There are a few items in there that have been there for a little bit. Please feel free to drop in and see our shop. Again, it's Foreverusneedleraft on Etsy, and it will be linked in the bio. And please, if you would love to, drop me a comment. I'll get back to you in the video and let me know how you like things. Just say hi and let me know where you live and where you're from. I would love to interact with you and just get to know you a little bit. I really appreciate you spending some time visiting with us and watching our Flosstube. And hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.